Gary wants to buy back your VFriend NFT. This could change the entire project. I'm Busy NFT. You're watching all things Web3. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. G is talking about buybacks.
The NFT buyback by companies, is it good? Is it bad? Is it indifferent?
That's a fun question, and I'm going to try to help answer it. Creators buying back their work can have huge impacts on every NFT project. Now, maybe you don't have a VFriends NFT, but buybacks have become popular in the stock market over the last 2 decades, and it's only a matter of time before they begin to flood crypto. Why would a company buy back their own project?
You know, we're going to get into this year. Like, I've been against it for the last month.
In general, companies buy back stock using excess cash to reduce the number of outstanding shares. This decreases supply in the market and increases the value of the remaining shares.
I'm going to sweep the floor because I think it's a good idea for me financially. And I'm not going to buy specific ones. I'm just going to buy 100 off the floor. And that's what I'm doing. See you later.
Simply put, if Gary were to buy a ton of VF2s, even off the floor price would rise. This makes sense because as the circulation supply decreases, scarcity increases, and so does perceived value. And Gary said 100, but he owns close to 1,000 VF1s. And there's only 10,000 of those. There's 5 times that many VF2s.
I think it's a really good idea. Like, I really think it's a good idea for me to buy VFriends, but I don't want people to see it as an artificial rise.
Oh, shit. This how you gonna do me?
Now, G would have to pay market price during the buyback, but he does get a little bit of a discount, as he would receive the royalty that he's paying to himself. In the case of VF2, that's 6.55% of each transaction. As a business entity, Gary and VFriends could benefit a lot from a buyback. Stock buybacks generally improve return on assets, return on equity, and profits over earnings, all key metrics for measuring the health of a company. If you're interested in how this works, just leave me a comment and I'll make another video about it. But once again, things are a little bit different in crypto. Companies are still using legacy methods for crypto accounting, even though traditional finance and crypto aren't pegged the same way.
I find it so humorous that the whole compliance world still marks to market crypto at 4:01 p.m. as if that means anything. Because it's trading 24/7. But they mark to market it because they have this giant infrastructure that reports back up.
To this end, Gary's concern about the community's feelings about the buyback is important. Often, investors appreciate the rising price of their shares when buybacks occur. However, there is always concern that the company initiating a buyback is more focused on short-term value rather than investing in new lines of business or R&D for long-term growth. However, let's be honest, in crypto, most investors aren't watching normal financial metrics, such as company revenue and EBITDA. My own informal poll of all of you says that a founder's credibility is the #1 thing that you look for when investing in NFT projects. ROI isn't even second. In VFriends, some might argue that Gary is using money from purchased NFTs to buy his own stuff back for his company's gain, when instead they would like him to be using it to deliver even more utility.
You like that one? I think it's a good one.
This is a valid concern and something that Gary will have to address in order to satisfy the community before he makes any moves.
I'm kind of, to be honest, waiting for a legit project to do it so I could be a fast follower, because I would love to buy VFriends 1 and 2 right now and just sit on it and then do stuff with it. I've been thinking about charity components, gamification.
Gary mentions in the video that he wants to be a fast follower of a buyback. This may be because there are some unknowns in regard to crypto regulations and financial reporting. For example, in a buyback, are NFTs considered shares like stock, or is the company just reducing the inventory for sale? In a previous video, I talked about how Congress is addressing these very issues right now in legislation. That said, I think Gary's real reason for waiting is to watch how communities react. His desire to use some for long-term strategies, including charity and likely giveaways, think about what he did with VCon tickets, seemed to indicate that he wants any buyback to be a win-win for everybody. In my opinion, if you're a VFriends holder, you believe in what GaryVee is doing. He says he's in it for the long term and that he will be planning for the next 55 years. If that's true, then a buyback is just a normal process in the operation of this project. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. Because Web3 is the future, book games is forever. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.